It did not take me long to realize bottling was not for me. I hated all the sanitizing, cleaning, the whole bit with bottles, and I stopped brewing for a while. Well, the solution, of course, was not to eliminate beer, and particularly not to have to buy a whole bunch of store-bought beer, but to get back brewing and serve it from taps. So, what do? I went out and I bought my first tap tower. It was a lovely piece with two taps, and I hooked that baby up with a couple kegs. I was in heaven. Love beer on tap. However, it wasn't too long till I found out I was having problems with my taps. And the problem I was having is it wasn't a same tap used every single day, but oftentimes it might go 2, 3, 4 days and that tap didn't get used. And I found out the taps wouldn't open. I had to take them apart, clean them up, and went, this just plain sucks. So today we're going to talk about the 4 main kinds of taps that I am aware of, and primarily 3 that I use on my towers. This is the tap that I got on my first tower. It's a beautiful stainless steel unit, but it is called a rear sealing tap. And how you can really recognize that is if you'll notice right here, this plunger moves as I move the tap handle. When it's out, the tap is closed. When it's in, the tap is open. Thus became the problem. So this is the plunger that's inside of the tap. And this is the part that you see sticking out the front or not, whether the tap is open or closed. The problem is back here is the seal. It seals it in the back of the tap. So the beer that has flowed through the tap, there's going to be some residual left around on this cylinder, and it would dry up and freeze up the movement. It was horrible. So I'm having to take it apart, clean it up a lot, did not like it. After having been frustrated long enough with having to clean the taps, I went out and purchased a Perlick taps. You'll notice no cylinder exposed in the front. That is because the Perlick taps are front sealing units. The seal on the Perlick taps is right at the very front, so all this mechanism stays lubricated by the beer. It seals it in the front, and the only thing that has dried beer in any way, shape, or form might be a little bit that would be left in the spout. So we don't end up having locked up taps, and it solves the problem. Personally, I don't want to use anything but these Perlick taps. They're easy to clean if I have to, and they don't lock up because the block is lubricated. Now, there is one more tap that we're going to discuss, and I'm sure you've all seen it, particularly if you go into an Irish bar. The good old stout tap. And these are wonderful for pouring a warm and friendly stout. Basically, our stout tap is a front sealing tap, and the seal is right here that comes all the way down and seals toward the base. Now, what makes this tap so unique is this plastic extension that houses this little disc. As you can see, this disc has got small little holes, and this helps bring out the carbon dioxide, making a beautiful head. And our stout tap really works well when using beer gas, which is usually nitrogen and carbon dioxide in a 75-25 ratio. Beautiful heads. You see here this gorgeous cascading of bubbles in the bottom. It's lovely, and definitely one that I added to my system because I love stouts. The last tap, and I'm sure many of you are aware of this one, is the simple plastic picnic tap. Easy to hook into your keg and simple to operate. Take off the top, easy to clean, and it works very well. So these are the taps that I use for my home brewery and in my bar. And I absolutely love having my beer on tap. I think you will too.